you have seen your broadband in your household, and so one is this aspect broadband here. You might have seen some other way like your TV. You have those satellite, right? Like this. You have those things. So what is the difference between the Starlink type of company coming and giving you a service and the Reliance and the Airtel type of company providing you this? What is the fundamental difference between both of them? So, more satellites. Sir, in both you will be able to open up your email. So, can you say there is no difference? Can you say that there is no difference? Okay. Take a very simple example to understand both of the operations. You have Reliance, they have laid down the cables, there are towers, and then it is connected to your house system. Right? It can be a wired one, coming to a wired one, or you might be having an antenna or something to receive that. So there are local towers. So there is a local network which has been created. And it has taken them 10 years to establish this. You might remember when Reliance came very long back, 10 years, 15 years back whenever they came down, they started setting up these setup. So this infrastructure was laid out, right? Then there comes one more way of communication. One more way of communication comes out, remember your dish TV. That means you used to put a dish at the top of your house and then you used to receive the signal. So that is called satellite. So from the satellite you used to receive that. So satellite used to receive from all of the terminals over there, and that satellite signals used to come to your dish and then it was transferred to your TV channels. So this is what satellite. Now in this scenario, this particular company has taken the lease from the satellites for the communication. So the Starlink almost functions this way. Starlink will not come to the putting the tower which you see now, or the laying down the cable which you see in and around your house. Bangalore is good in giving for the metros and cables and all this stuff, right? So you will not see that taking place for the Starlink. Fundamental difference is clear. So the satellite, one is that from what they have done is Starlink has literally, Elon Musk, as I said, he is a person who is able to solve the problem from a different operate. So he keeps solving everything from quite a distance. So what he has done is that he has placed a lot of satellites in and around the Earth, right? So and the satellites are slightly very near to the Earth, and this is the term he has used is LEO. He has not used, science says that LEO, right? Low orbiting this, right? So this is very close to 500 kilometer of distance which these satellites are placed. Approximately some 7,000 satellites he has placed. And these satellites helps them in communication. That means you transfer this aspect. Now, if you go back 5-10 years back, this was the two of the technology which was parallel developing. So that means in the US, Elon Musk type companies or one type companies were developing on the satellite, and they were traditionally developing systems for like Airtel, Jio and Airtel. You can also connect with this. We have this traditional learning now, right? Can you say parallelly YouTube will also come out as a almost good learning resources? So I was developing over here and the YouTube was developing there. Look at the fast development there. So this Starlink was able to establish in good number of countries due to this new technologies and other aspects. Now if you look at why the present part comes out that, you figure out that now our Reliance and Airtel has come up with a joint venture. Now, joint venture is good enough. Do you agree that Reliance has sufficient money to establish their own satellites? Good money, right? Yeah. In fact, they can buy all those 7,000 satellites also. They must have this also. Now, please understand that the problem here comes out with that what you will be doing with this old setups, the towers and other things. What you will do with them? Suddenly, you can't say, from 2026 we are not going to use this. There are people, companies who have involved money in this complete process. They will say that what will you do with this? That is one aspect. Other factor comes out with that Indian economy, as I said, we are poor country. We have less money, less per capita income. So in that case, if you ask me, our monthly expenditure, what we do towards the broadband or the internet is less. Starlink is slightly an expensive one. So obviously, when they will come over here, they will not come with a cheaper, tariffs and all those stuff. They will always be slightly premium. In that case, again, we cannot afford that. right? So Reliance realized that their market is different, our market is different. That is one thing. Other concern that now coming back to the same question, why they got into partnership now? Why Starlink and Airtel and Reliance got into partnership now?
So that made it easier for Starlink to penetrate the Indian market if they're working in the Indian market.
In that, if you saying that basically it will be easy to penetrate Starlink into the Indian market. Okay, chalo, I take that point. So what do you think? Same thing. What do you have in the breakfast on? Good to think? No? Mr. Guy, can you give me some other answer? Okay, give me this answer. Slightly go back, 3 or 5 years back, you will realize that Reliance and the Airtel were the first companies or the major companies to obstruct or say big no to Starlink or Elon Musk to come to India. They said they should not come. And now they are saying, please. They said, we have invested so much of money in infrastructure, and without infrastructure, you are trying to enter the market and earn a lot of money. How is that possible? You understood my question? 2 or 3 years back, both of the companies were resisting. Now they are shaking hands.
They can, like, if the Starlink has a bit of where areas where people might use, they might earn money, and they can also have partnerships with both the Reliance and Airtel, and they can go like hand to hand while earning, while these Reliance or Airtel can have their own growth, while Starlink has its own growth. So both have a win-win situation.
Okay, Supriya. Yes. Okay, both of you are very, very close to the right answer. Now, what Supriya said was exactly, if you ask me, one of the answers which will come in the market in coming days. Okay? Reason behind this concern is that if you ask Reliance or Airtel to put a tower in one of the remote area in Nagaland, they will not do it. Because subscriber will be what, 2, 3, 4. With that, they will not be able to recover the operation cost, right? But over there, you can have the satellite. Right, Starlink and place one of the tower, they can just look for giving one more instrument to them and they can handle it. So this partnership will help them to increase their geography by going to the places where the tower or these facilities are located. Right? That is one aspect which Supriya has already answered. Now, next concern will be that if you look at what Riya said, that there comes out to be some bit of political leverage also in the complete process. Some 2 or 3 years back, you could have registered Starlink not to get into the market. Fine, but now you cannot do that. Reason behind this comes out, the US will say, okay, as you are doing this, we will also stop you from entering our market. We will put some 25% tariff on your products as well. So that way you will figure out the reciprocal tariff, which is the term which is being discussed so much of time, so many times in the every discussion. You will realize that is going to be imposed on India as well. Now you can't stop American companies from venturing into the Indian market and if something has been done in the past, I think it will be very difficult to do that in the communities. Clear? Both of the answers are clear, right? So what is the future it looks like? How the Starlink will be able to do that? What is the future it looks like for this complete time?
So we'll enter the Indian market. We'll all be using Starlink for 5 years.
Kalpana, any guess? No guess. Here? Yes, sir. Right? Now, what you will understand is that definitely this is a future technology. So the way you can see, you have the smartphone. In my time, I used to have a binary phone. You can only make call and receive call and read SMS and that's it. Right? So binary phone used to be there. Now you have a smartphone the same way. Satellite communication, if you ask me, is the future. So definitely all the developments to great extent will happen. These towers in the future, after 10 years, 15 years, they will not happen again. That is one aspect. So you are going to invest in the future. One is this. Now you will be able to cover a better area. If you look at the some of the villages, you have approximately 4 lakhs villages in India, right? So every village is not connected, well connected to the internet, right? Not well connected to the internet. In that scenario, what happens is that if you are not rightly connected to the internet, there comes to be some gap of learning or some gap of the development, which will be definitely bridged, right? Also, in this case, if the penetration of a better connectivity to the internet is there, the development of the village can definitely happen. One more drawback about this concept is the satellite. Whenever there is a bad weather, the connectivity will be loose on connectivity. Right. So one of the other side of this satellite communication is this: if there is rain or bad weather, there comes out a drop in the complete communication. That is one factor. Okay, so there comes out a good part that will be able to benefit with the complete technology aspect, tech aspect. At the same time, you will also think once you go back home. Right now, obviously, you have not done good amount of reading on this article. You realize that this is premium, but absolutely fine on government schools and government hospitals. Let it be funded by the government. Let them pay for the Starlink prices, so that they are able to get a constant. Right now, they might be getting the BSNL connection, which might be down for a good number of days, and no one is reporting that. But the Starlink might be able to provide you a standard-based service, and they are able to continuously develop on that. Right, so that way these things are placed. And the other factor, there is also one more term which you should know, because sometimes in the examination they can ask you latency. Latency is basically how fast the data travels from one point to the other. So in the broadband what you use now, Airtel or Reliance, the broadband which you use, it is faster because the cables are there. In satellite the latency is slightly larger. It is 40 milliseconds, this might be 10 milliseconds. So that way also broadband or the connected part is slightly better in terms of connectivity. At the same time you can understand, I give you a small example. Most of us use Bluetooth, right? That Bluetooth. So when it is not connected and look at the wired one, the better connection, right? You have a constant flow of noise keeps coming or sound keeps coming. But when you connect to the Bluetooth, it is slightly missing sometimes. The same way the satellite also works. Exactly the same technology they function. Fine, and that is how your communication takes place. Right? Any other questions you have pointing to the same? No questions? No there? No questions, no? Fantastic. So let us do reasoning.